Morning, everybody. I'm out here at the lake, and it's kind of a cloudy, yucky day, but there's still a lot of people out walking around, bringing their dogs out, enjoying the lake. That's where I like to come do a lot of walking. And I'm a little bit out of breath because I've been doing some walking this morning. And but I was thinking about some things, and oh, let me try to get down in this spot to sit down. I'm tired. This lake is a pretty good lake to walk. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I see a lot of videos about them, but nothing seems to be done. Now, having a channel on YouTube gives you a voice, lets you be heard, but I don't think the right people are listening. You know, some words will catch YouTube and then they'll throw the video off, and nobody will see the video, even though it was a good topic. But it's the congressmen and senators and representatives of our states and local cities and stuff that need to be listening to these. And if any of you are out there, start paying attention to what people are telling you guys. You guys are pushing this agenda 21/30, and people are telling you they don't want it. You're pushing this 5G. People are telling you they don't want it. You're pushing people from doing solar, and they're telling you they want it. You got President Trump arguing with China about tariffs, and the people are listening. But what we're concerned with is you tariff China to death, and we won't be able to afford it. Because the United States is not rich as it used to be. Yeah, we're still maybe the richest country in the world, but we're not really. I mean, if you see poor California, it's just being so overcrowded with homeless. And if I was a homeless person, I'd want to head to California too, because it's got great weather. I wouldn't have to worry about freezing or burning up to death if I was living on the streets. But I seen a thing on the news yesterday about California, the story about the homeless, and they portrayed them all as drug users or alcoholics. And it's like, there's a lot of us people out there that are one paycheck away from being those people. And it's not because we're on drugs or an alcoholic. It's just, things happen. We couldn't save for that rainy day, or that rainy day fund got sucked up because of an emergency or something. Now, I'm not pushing socialism, not at all, but I do think people need to start paying attention. And I'm just one woman with a voice out of many. And maybe if people start talking to these senators and congressmen and mayors and God knows all these other people that make way too much money, as far as I'm concerned, they all need a paycheck cut, but that's just my opinion. I want people to pay attention to what's going on around them. Pay attention to the way the government is moving us. I don't see them moving us in a good direction. I see them pushing more chaos. And we're becoming so unstable that to some people they're losing their minds over it. and they're walking away from reality. And that's some of the ones that are homeless. They just can't take it no more. They're working their asses off to get nowhere, and they're walking away. And I see that a lot. You've got people that are giving up their lives and going into RVs and vans, and again, the homeless. Those homeless people living on the streets, if they had a van, they'd probably be living in a van. Or if they had an RV, they'd be living in an RV. And you just got to teach them how to step up. And I don't mean step up like we always say to the men, you need to step up and be a man, which I don't agree with that statement. I agree that men will step up if we just let them step up. But I'm talking about if you just give them a direction to step up, I've seen people build little tiny houses for the homeless, and I've seen the city come in and snatch them away. I mean, what's the deal? I don't get it. They say, oh, well, they're not pretty on the side of the road. Well, hell, is a tent prettier? I mean, come on. They got bases in California that have closed down. Put those tiny houses over there. Give them the base. Let them live, Let them create a city within a city. There's just so many things that can be done. You got a lot of RVs that are in junkyards. Hire a mechanic, get these RVs going, give these people on the street a place to live. You got hotels closing up in California. Get a hotel and let them put them in it. If you give them some stability, then it will help them mentally of one step closer to being a productive citizen instead of a broken citizen. And I see so many broken citizens, it's just heartbreaking. And California is a beautiful state. I love California. I think the people that are running California, I'm sorry, you're disgusting. You're tearing up a beautiful state. And I'm not understanding the purpose, what your goal is of tearing up this state. Because like I said, it's a beautiful state. And it's not just California. I mean, you got places like Detroit, Baltimore, New York, parts of New York. And every big city has an area that is not quite up to par to good living conditions. And I think the city needs to step up and help. I just saw something poke its head out of the water over there. I don't know if I caught that on video. Anyway, I just wish people would open their eyes and see what's going on and tell your government. Don't get on here on YouTube and bitch and complain. Sit down and write a letter. You remember what that's like? You get a piece of paper, you get a pencil, you write out a letter, send an email, something. If we all come together, we all stand up, then maybe, just maybe, they'll start listening. We talk about the elite that run this country and other countries, and we complain about them, but yet we don't do anything. We need to tell our congressmen and senators and all these floor walkers, as far as I'm concerned, we need to tell them, do your job or you're going to be fired. We brought them in, we'll take them out. I mean, it's that simple. And people need to step up. The fraudulent voting, they say our votes don't matter because they already pick and choose who they want in there. But if enough of us come together and say, okay, we tried your way, it doesn't work, you're not representing us properly. We want you out. And we force them out. You protest. You get in front of their building. You protest. You write letters. You write emails. You do what you need to do. But we need to get this country back on track. We need to get it back to where we were loving each other and caring for each other. And it seems like the only time I see that is when there's a disaster, so-called natural disaster. Then people step in to help other people. And even not enough then. When the flooding went on down in, Hurricane Katrina hit, I didn't see enough help for them people. They shipped them off here and there, okay, fine. But now how are you going to get them set their lives back up when they want to go home? Because that's their home. I just don't see enough in play for the people. And it's going to get harder because with these tariffs, war that's going on between us and China, I got a feeling things are getting a lot more expensive. And we need to do something about that. And one of the things is America needs to start building things again. We need to start making things. We have so many closed factories because of EPA or standards or taxes or whatever. Our government needs to slow down on the taxes because to me taxation is just theft. Well, you can't have the money, you can't raise, you can't run a country without getting paid, and we got to pay for all this stuff, but taxes is a lot. We pay a lot of taxes. We pay taxes for everything. We're taxed on our paychecks. We're taxed at the stores. We're taxed at the auto car, buying a car. My daughter bought her car the other day, and the car dealer doesn't pay taxes. So she had to go pay the taxes, and the taxes were $1,000 on the thing. And then she paid $27 to register it. It's like, really? $1,000 to tax? That's ridiculous. And the same thing with my son when he bought his car, $1,000 for taxes because car dealers out here don't pay your taxes. And, but they want to charge an arm and a leg for car prices nowadays. Everything is getting so expensive, but paychecks are not growing. They talked about one time $15 an hour being minimum wage. Okay. That's fine, but if the company can't afford to pay people $15 an hour, then they just can't afford it. And so housing needs to go down. Prices need to go down. They're just ridiculous. I remember when I was a kid, I guess I was, oh gosh, it was back in the late 70s. You could pay 50 cents for a pack of cigarettes. And gas was about the same price, 50 cents a gallon, 75 cents a gallon. Now gas is here, the cheap gas is $2.27 a gallon, which is pretty cheap compared to the rest of the country, especially compared to California. But cigarettes are like $7, almost $7 a pack. I don't understand that. We grow tobacco here. Oops, sorry about the finger. We grow tobacco here, so it's like, why is this shit so expensive? And it may be part of that agenda, 21, 30, whatever, trying to get people to stop smoking cigarettes and be more healthy. Because it sure seems like smokers are getting discriminated left and right. And we can't holler discrimination. And so, it's like, if I want to go into a restaurant and smoke a cigarette after I enjoy my meal, I have to go to a different state because you can't smoke in the restaurants here. Now, luckily enough, I'm in an area where I can go to a different state because the states are all so close to me. But you know, I just don't understand the rules that are coming down from the government, from the federal government. It's like our country was built on freedom, people. Freedom. Yeah, I understand some rules. You kill somebody, you go to jail. Okay, I understand that. But for you to tell me I can't smoke a cigarette in a restaurant after a meal, come on. For you to tell me I can't prop a solar panel up on my house because I live in the city and the city wants their money for utilities, come on. For you to force 5G on me when I've already been scared of 4G, I don't get it. I hooked up cable in my mom's bedroom the other day, and because I don't do cable anymore, and it was 5G. And I told them I don't want 5G, I want 4G. Because I'm already scared of 4G, but, you know, I've heard worse things about 5G. No, you gotta have it, that's all we have. So I told my mom, I said, okay, but just don't sit too close to the TV because, you know, it just freaks me out. And I'm sure even being in the same room with it is probably not healthy, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on how that stuff works, but I just want people to be happy. I want people to relax. Everybody is so angry that we're just freaking out, you know? I've talked to people and people that I deal with on a regular basis, and they're just so snappy. They're so moody. And, you know, the doctors automatically want to say, well, you got a chemical imbalance. You need to get put on antidepressants. And it's like, wait a minute. She's not depressed. She's pissed. Well, that's part of depression. But yet, when you get on depression pills, they make you want to commit suicide. So, you know, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't feel you should take a pill for depression. I think you need to change what's going on in your life. If you're so sad that it has thrown you into depression, then you need to do something about your life. Figure out a new direction. And I've done it. I've dealt with depression before, and I move on from it. And I guess it takes a strong mind. And that's one thing that I see lack of, especially in the younger millennials, the ones in their 20s. Their mind fights them. And it fights them because there's so much chaos that the past generations have created and the government has created that they don't know whether they're coming or going. And they get so caught up in it and get caught up in certain life stories because they were in a bad mood one day. They wanted to hear somebody else that was in a bad mood, and then it just continues and continues and until they flip out, kill themselves or kill others or whatever. And it's heartbreaking. I mean, you turn on the news, you don't never hear good stories anymore. You always hear the president is scum, you know, the Democrats are better. But were we any better when the Democrats were in office, really? It doesn't matter who's in office. It matters what's going on with you in your life. These idiots are going to come and go in the office. And in these senators and these congressmen, they drop these stupid laws and create new laws every time they come in because they want to leave a legacy. But when the legacy starts affecting the common people, then it's no longer a legacy, it's a problem. And it's a sad problem for a lot of people. You know, they talk about, well, presidents need to do something to leave their mark. Well, with the last 3 or 4 presidents, I haven't seen any really good marks being left. You know, Obama, he supposedly caught bin Laden, but I don't know if I really believe that. I mean, we didn't get to see the body up really close, and, they dumped him in the ocean. And it's like, what's up with that? Bush created war. He was a warmonger as far as I'm concerned. And I think a lot of it came from back in the old days when a war went on. Supposedly after the war, the economy picked up. But what a lot of these idiots are not watching is when the war starts, the economy drops. And that causes a lot of people to suffer. But anyway, I just had a few thoughts. And just wanted you people to really pay attention to what's going on and listen and start writing letters. When you're unhappy about something, send an email, write a letter, do something, stand up, start protesting. When you're tired of this stuff, start protesting. You have that right. And I don't mean to a point where it causes a riot or destroys businesses. Just get in front of these people's offices and protest. Let your voices be heard. Anyway, just a thought while I was walking today. So I hope y'all have a good day. And I hope y'all listen and really hear, because we don't listen a lot anymore. And I think we really need to start doing that, because our country is in trouble, people. We're mentally in trouble. This country is mentally in trouble. We're in chaos. We're in stress. And it seems like it's getting worse. So, when you're walking down the road, smile at somebody. Everybody's walking around mad with angry looks on their face. I don't know. People just please try to find a way to be happy. Do what it takes. And for you big corporate people, you need to start bringing your companies into America, because we're tired of depending on other countries. And all you small people with these ideas, put them to the task, Put them out there. Work them. If you're into drones, figure out a way to make drone parts that you're not having to buy from Canada. Or not Canada, I'm sorry, China. I love Canada. But yeah, make parts. Learn how to make parts. Start selling them. You got a big drone groups on YouTube, like Canadian Drone Hub, and all the people that run with that channel, and a lot of other channels that I follow that are drone flyers. And they're cool. I love watching them. I can't afford them, but I love watching them. I had one, it ran into a house and shattered. So, anyway, people start thinking about your country. We got to start taking better care of it, because we are all taking it for granted. And I just see it disappearing and being destroyed. And we need to find a better way to take care of it and the people in it. So here's a challenge. When you're out today, smile at people. Say hi. How you doing? It doesn't hurt. Just be kind. Challenge for the day. Smile at somebody. Say hi. Make a difference. Baby steps. Make a difference. Step out there. Anyway, like I said, there's just one woman, one voice that I hope somebody is listening to, and the voice can spread. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.